You're watching Money in Tech, right inside Bitcoin's NYC. I'm Perianne Boring, and I'm joined now with BitShares. And I have Dan Larimer, who's the founder of BitShares, and Brian Page, who's the director of marketing. So Dan, I'll just start with you. BitShares creates shares of decentralized companies. Can you just explain where you got the idea to start this?
I'm trying to explain Bitcoin better, and I found that it was easier to explain Bitcoin as a company that calls its shares coins. And we take Bitcoin and we try to make it profitable. And so came up with the idea of BitShares, just trying to teach people about Bitcoin. And also because we are taking things beyond Bitcoin to build new companies such as banks, insurance companies, domain name registrations. These are all types of things that we can do in a decentralized manner.
And BitShares brings this new concept of decentralized autonomous companies. Can you just tell us a little bit about how this works?
Yeah, absolutely. I like to give the analogy that we're in the very early days similar to the dot-com boom. And early on, the dot-com boom, you had a lot of different people with these great ideas, huge valuations, and no profits. So what we're trying to do is we believe in the first rule of economics that you have to have profits. You have to earn a profit. And we combine that with the breakthrough technology that's behind Bitcoin. So if you look at the early 1990s when the first websites came out, people looked at this beautiful website and said, this is going to be the biggest thing ever. But at that time, Google hadn't been invented yet, Facebook wasn't around, eBay, none of these companies existed. And the technology that was breakthrough at the time was not the website, it was the internet itself. And so we look at Bitcoin as like a website. It's this one website that is really unique and works and is exciting, but the technology behind it is what's going to change the world. That's technology of open transactions and the blockchain and decentralization. So you can take this technology and apply it to many industries beyond just currency, and that's what BitShares does.
And I'd like to add to that just like in the internet boom, the first companies were not really profitable and they didn't survive. It took a while before the market figured out how to build internet companies that were profitable, and that's what we do.
And you guys are also pioneers of, it's called consensus technology. How does consensus technology change economics?
Well, the idea behind Bitcoin is if you can all agree and come to a conclusion, you've reached consensus. And traditionally, consensus has been reached in a hierarchy with governments, with corporations, but now we can reach consensus in a decentralized manner, which is closer to direct democracy or shareholder voting. And that provides trust and transparency and eliminates lots of opportunity for corruption.
Yeah. So one thing I like to say is imagine many different companies that exist. Right now we have hundreds of different altcoins, we have Bitcoin. Imagine hundreds or thousands of different companies that all earn profits, and all those profits are paid as dividends to the shareholders of those companies. But they don't exist anywhere, they're completely decentralized companies. So instead of having a New York Stock Exchange, they are traded person to person. So you and I can send shares back and forth just the same way we can send Bitcoin back and forth to each other. And each of these have value because the underlying companies are earning money and earning a profit. And that's essentially what the technology and the software that we're writing will allow companies to do in the future.
This is doing for economics what the internet did for information. We are making things more efficient. This is going to enable the creation of millions of information-based jobs.
Great, thank you. We have Dan and Brian Page, BitShares.